Joe, you said during the offseason you slimmed down. You said you wanted to be faster in case you had a run like the Pitt game a couple of years ago.
Absolutely.
Did you feel faster on this run today?
I did. That tire kind of blew out at 20, but I had to pick up the, sometimes we can ride on a spare tire, so it was good.
Karthik?
Joe, when did you find out that you had done the longest rushing touchdown for a quarterback in the Bulls history, and what was your reaction when you found out?
I just found out. Shoot, man, it's a blessing, but looking forward for the next one.
Brent?
Joe, how important was it for you guys offensively to maybe not score on the first play? I'm sure that wasn't the plan, but how important was it for you guys to get out of the games fast and get kind of settled in and you create all the tempo in the game?
That's been our motto since the season started. That's always been our motto since Coach Hyper got here. Just, we want to start fast so you can understand the flow of the game and understand the tempo that you guys can bring and what you guys can do and execute and how can you execute. So I feel like that's been a motto since Coach Hyper got here that he kind of led towards us. So, we always had that same energy to start fast and, get things going so we can find out the mojo of the team.
Ben?
Joe, can you walk us through that awkward hit you took there towards the end of the first half, and did that bother you any kind of going into the third quarter?
Nah, I'm pretty good. You get banged up in football, but one of the guys had my leg, the other guys tackled me. That's part of football, but body-wise, I feel great.
Freaked you out, kind of?
It did at first, but when I got up and I moved my leg, I was fine.
Kaleb, and then we'll go to Adam.
Joe, the TV broadcast said you had watched Cam Newton highlights. Is that true? And then what do you want to emulate from his game and yours?
Man, I was just getting done talking about that. I watch his highlights, pretty much every 2 days. Also, that was one of the tests that my coach, Coach Mitch, brought upon me this week. Was just go home and just go watch some guys run the ball a little bit. So on that run that I had, the long one, I was about to pull one of his moves and just jump from the 5, but in my head I just heard Coach Hype say, "Don't do it." So I didn't do it. So, but it's great, just seeing other guys operate, see how they operate, and starting to implement it to your game.
Adam?
Omari, how do you guys enjoy success of this win and not be satisfied? How do you balance those two?
We really just come in. We understand that winning is hard, no matter who you play. So when you get a win, it's always good to get a win. You got to celebrate your win as a team. But at the end of the day, you got to know that we already flipped the page. We on to the next game already. So it's just, you can't get satisfied. You can't be complacent. And you just really got to be able to come in and ready to work every day to get better. So we'll celebrate this win as a team. We'll be happy for it, but it's time to flip the page already.
Well, Patrick, Mike, and then Reese.
Joe, with Dylan Sampson, he obviously probably would have been disappointed not to play last week. For him to bounce back and kind of stay the same and have a big game today, what does that say about him?
It says a lot. He's mature for his age. He's probably only 19. It's just being mature for your age. Like, he's the type of guy that can give me energy on the sideline or Friday or Thursday, wherever day it is. He's the type of guy that can give you energy no matter what, no matter how young he is. He's part of the leadership counselor group, so that shows the maturity in him and what his parents and his family did for him to, help him grow up to become a man early.
Mike?
Joe, what are the things through 4 games you feel like you're doing best in the passing game, and what are those things that are still out there for establishing consistency that avoids those goals?
The main goal is to give you all for Tennessee. I give my all for Tennessee no matter what game it is. And just the whole purpose of connecting in the pass game, just being able to connect. I feel like there's still more out there for us to do, but that's why we practice every day. We go back and watch film and learn from it and understand what we're doing as an offense and how can we help it and how can we connect and stay on the same page.
Reese?
Big O, I saw you with your cousin after the game. Do your cousins normally come to the game, and what does it mean that they were there to support you?
It means a lot. That cousin that was at the game, actually, they usually don't come. They stay in Georgia, so they usually don't come to a lot of games, because they be having stuff to do as well. But it was good just to be able to see them, see my little cousin, man. I don't really get to see him that much, but to see him getting big and stuff, it's good. And it's just happy to just be able to see my family, honestly.
We'll go Brant, Wes, and then Austin.
Joe, obviously you got off to a great start. How do you avoid, and how does the offense avoid that lull that occurred? I think you went 1 for 9, 1 for 10. How do you avoid that? And Omari, for you guys, how do you avoid a letdown? Because you guys obviously didn't play in the third quarter the way you played the first half.
I feel like it starts with not being complacent. I always have this analogy, you give another man, you take another man's heart and, you play around with him and you look at it and now he has a new heart, he's gonna breathe. So as an offense, you have to understand no matter what, just keep your foot on their throat and finish it. You gotta finish, you gotta cut off the air supply.
As far as defense, I really feel like, like Joe said, we come in, there's what we preached the whole time. We were saying, like, step on their necks, keep your foot there, and I feel like we lit up off of that. I feel like it has to continue to be no drop off. Like, it can't be any drop off when we have subs and things like that. So it just allows us to go back, watch the film, and really just keep practicing.
Wes, and then Austin.
Question for both guys. Obviously, you never want to lose a game, but I guess you go different ways after you lose them sometimes. What did y'all learn about yourselves from this team this past week?
No matter what, you just got to stay together. I feel like through teams around the country and there's a lot of things going on in the world. We all have different mindsets. We all have different things we have interest in as a person. Not everybody. We all came from different families, but at the same time, it's about how bad do you really want it? How bad do you want to stay together? How bad that sweat and tears that you put in the summer? How bad do we really want it to pay off? That's how you look at it.
I really think that, honestly, I feel like the team just learning. I feel like we showed a lot of maturity, just the way we approached this week. Guys, it wasn't too much talking, but you could tell how much guys really care about what we're going to do as a team and what we needed to do to get back out here and win this football game today. So I really feel like I really saw how dedicated our team is to winning and to being the best on the field, the best team on the field every Saturday.
Austin.
Diggo, what's Tyler Barron doing really well for this football team right now? He's at 4 sacks in 4 games. Just continues to get pressure. And then what have you seen out of a guy like David Hobbs who's getting more and more run on the D-line?
It's what Tyler does off the field. Tyler's a leader. Tyler, he puts himself, he treats every day like a pro. He's always watching extra film. He's always coaching up guys when we have practice. So it's good just to see Tyler continuing to grow and always doing the things. And I'm always saying that things carry on to the field, what you do off the field. So he's living right off the field, doing what he's supposed to do, and that's carrying on to the field for him. And he's playing great for us this season, and he's just going to continue to grow because of the way he approaches it. And as far as David Hobbs and other young guys, they come in every day ready to work. They understand that they're not going to be perfect, and that's the best thing that they could probably do because nobody is perfect. But they come in trying to be better. They try to work hard. They ask questions. They ask Coach G questions. They ask players questions. So it's good, and it just shows, like I said, it shows how much they care about just being out there and being on the team and wanting to be able to get more reps.
Can I say something about the young guys? I just want to give a big shout out to the young guys. Offensive scout team and defensive scout team, they approached the week this week. I made a little group chat for them. Just keep playing hard, because never when your opportunities show up, you don't want to be shy of that moment. I was that way my freshman year when I first had my opportunity, but since I was on the scout team and Don Brown told me to just go play football, that's the same thing I told these scout team guys, just go play, talk trash to them, because the competitive composure is what our team needed, and they went hard this last week, and it led up in the show tonight. How hard guys fought. So shout out to the scout team and all the coaches that took control of that.
Al, did you have one?
Yeah, about how much does the effective run game impact the passing game?
I mean, it correlates with each other. They kind of piggyback off each other. If you got a big run, everybody on the defense got to flow to that ball. And now that means the corners that came from outside in have to go inside out, and now they have to go cover and get back over top. So, yeah.
And you can have the last one.
Omari, how would you assess the running game after the Florida performance last week and also cleaning up the missed tackles?
Yeah, we came in, we just really focused on that. We pride ourselves on being on defense that we don't allow teams to run the ball on us. And last week, that was what happened. So, we approached this week just getting back our edge. That's what we, as a D-line, as a defense, we just want to play with an edge. And I feel like when we come out and play with the edge, it's hard for teams to mess with us, honestly. Just everyone who we are, just the leadership we have on our team and different things like that. So just as far as being in the run game, we pride ourselves on don't allowing teams to run the ball on us, and we took great effort and we really focused on that this week. And as far as drills, extra film, we made sure that nobody is running the ball on us, and we want to just continue to grow in that because that's what we pride ourselves on as a defense.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Mark.
Mindset with the message you got today.
I mean, nothing really changed in the aspect of, I wasn't frustrated. I understood the situation, how the game went, and, it's just my competitive spirit. I understand, we're deep in the running back room, and my mindset is every time, I never know how many touches I'm going to get. Like I said many times, I'm willing to do everything I need to do to help this team, and so my mindset is always just make the most of what I can with my touches,
Okay, and then Casey.
Kaleb, you caught your first career touchdown tonight. Just what was that like, and what allowed you to have success on that play, and what was those kind of comments to you there?
I would just say the hard work and preparation. I feel like I'm in the facility nonstop every week to prepare myself for any moment that may come. So Brew was tired. I got a chance to come in and my mindset as soon as I got in the game was just try to make a play and give him a reason to play me a little bit more. And Joe did a good job all throughout camp, all through the season so far, just keeping me ready, saying there's gonna be a time we're gonna need you, and just execute, because that's what you've been doing since you've been here.
Casey.
Elijah, I saw that you were the first one to greet your brother Kaleb when he got the sack. I believe that's his first of the season, his first collegiate sack. How great was that moment just to be able to be there and celebrate with him?
I know that's something that we're gonna remember forever. I know they're gonna remember more than my first sack, but yeah, it was great to see. I mean, I was one of the first ones to meet him, so it was a dream come true.
Patrick.
Kaleb, what was the play on your touchdown look like? It was kind of a stutter and go, and how much did you guys work on that?
It's not something we rep often, but we'll go through it occasionally in practice just in case we need it. So it was kind of like a fake screen, and I just had to take the middle, figure out where the safety was, and turn my angle, and Joe waited and put the ball on me.
Did you feel like it would be open and you have a chance to make a play and get the end zone there?
As soon as we called it, my eyes got really big, actually.
Reese and then Kaleb.
Kaleb, after you scored the touchdown, you had a handshake with everybody. Is that kind of a thing that you guys have, that when you score your first touchdown, you handshake everybody, or what was the story behind that?
I would just say me personally, I have a handshake with basically everybody on offense. So once they may make a play or get in the end zone, I'm one of the first people to try to run up to them and do the handshake. I think it looked pretty cool, and it also shows the bond and connection we have within our locker room, especially on the offensive side.
Kaleb.
Dylan, what do you think makes you so effective with the ball in your hands and finding the
I think it's just the will to compete. It's the difference between hard working and competing, and I think it's just the intention I take to, the mindset. When I have the ball in my hand, I want to be the best person. I want to be a playmaker, and that comes along with preparation and hard work end of the week. But man, it's just something different that your mindset has to click on Saturdays. It just is a whole nother level of competitiveness, and I don't want to be tackled, not by the first person, the second person. I want to score, and sometimes that might be my fault, because I have to understand that every play isn't a home run play. But man, it's just the eagerness to get the ball when they call the play that I know that could hit. I trust in my O-line, receivers blocking, man. We all collectively do this thing, and it's just a great thing to be a part of.
Noah.
Dylan, you talked about that room being deep. Just after not playing last week, did you lean on any of those guys, Jabari or Jalen, this week? Did they kind of help you through that at all?
Yeah, definitely. They gave me words. I was in a good mental mindset, but that's what they're there for. They gave me words, wisdom. But I took that next practice. I did nothing different. I came in the facility. I was talking at practice because it wasn't personal, and I know that. It's just my competitive spirit. You know what I mean? It was nothing personal about that. So my mindset didn't change. I don't feel like they disrespected me in any kind of way. And like I said before, I love being on this team with my brothers in this running back room. It's the best room in the nation.
We'll go David, Ben, and then Patrick.
Elijah, when you have a week like last week, you lose and defense didn't tackle well, the offense didn't execute well. How long, now that this game is over, how long was this past week?
Man, it felt like a minute. It felt like we didn't touch the win in a couple games, but you know, you just gotta keep going that game mentality. You can't let that affect you coming into the next opponent. So you just gotta keep your mind on them. Just be ready to go.
And Elijah, Coach BJ talked recently about if your eyes are in the right place, then you're going to have success. Just how has that improved for your overall game the last couple of weeks?
I'm most definitely trying to keep my eyes on my keys, because he be speaking the right stuff. You know, I keep my eyes on my keys. They're gonna take me right to the ball. So I just gotta keep doing that, keep developing.
And how do you feel like the group bounced back, tackling, playing against the run today?
Oh, most definitely, we got that competitive edge back, so we was most definitely trying to struggle somebody.
Patrick?
Dylan and Kaleb, you guys were both in the vicinity on the fake punt that you guys stopped, right? Who made the play? Did you get a hand on him?
I think we both did. Did you?
I like hit
I
him
know.
on my.
I know. I was in front of him. Like that, he was big. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I saw the dude motion, and I heard them screaming fake.
Yeah,
and I turned around. I saw 270. He was running at me. I was like, oh my god. You know, I don't know who made the play, but I know I hit him. You know, that was crazy.
Did you play linebacker at all growing up? I mean, did you have to go back to? Do you have any defensive background to go back to?
I played DB for a little bit. Both my brothers, they were DBs, so they inspired me to play football. I never wanted to play DB. Reggie Bush made me want to play football for real, but I watched them growing up, played a little DB in middle school, high school. So you know, just be an athlete. That's all it is, though. Be an athlete. DB.
We'll finish with Austin.
When you got a guy like that coming at you, do you wish you had the cage for the cheetah?
What are you talking about?
Both on Instagram.
Man, that's my favorite animal. I used to watch Wildcrats when I was little. I don't know if y'all Wildcrats, man. I just love when they put the cheetah suit on. You know, I just resonated with it. You know? Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. That's it for tonight.